Hey guys, welcome to my guide where I outline what I believe to be the fastest possible runecrafting XP. Before we get too far into this video, I'd just like to acknowledge that this is a very high intensity method, and if you're not interested in doing something that is high intensity, then soul runecrafting is probably the way to go. I'd also like to acknowledge that in some ways this guide is catered towards Runescape players who have unlimited access to impure essence, but because I'm not a Runescape player, I don't really know what MTX boosts are available, so if you have additional runecrafting boosts, please go ahead and use those. With that in mind, I'll be approaching this guide from the perspective of an Ironman player who has a surplus of impure essence. I've broken the requirements down for this method into two categories of hard requirements and soft requirements. To give a little bit of an overview on that, hard requirements are required to actually complete the method, and soft requirements will net more runes or marginal XP bonuses. With that in mind, I would not personally do this method without all of the soft requirements as well. For hard requirements, the standard runecrafting relics will be used, which are the Nexus Mod relic and the Pouch Protector relic. You'll want to have access to all 5 pouches, which has a requirement of 90 runecrafting, as well as the Abyssal Titan. For your equipment, you'll want full Infinity Ethereal outfit, which will allow you to store additional essence, as well as offer the 5% experience boost if you have the Master Runecrafter robes. A main hand or offhand weapon augmented with mobile. The medium City of task set done for unlimited teleports to the smithy. Wilderness task set done so that you are able to teleport to Edgeville. And decorated runecrafting urns along with an urn enhancer. For abilities, you'll want access to a Double Surge and Bladed Dive. For the soft requirements, you'll want the quest Hero's Welcome done, which will net 5% additional runes every time you craft. Access to Power Burst of Sorcery. This is only needed if you are looking at returning profit and or you would like the runes. It will actually decrease the amount of XP an hour you can obtain. And for direct XP boosts, Torstal Incense Sticks, the Inspired Genius Relic, Master Runecrafter robes, and the Wisdom Aura. For your inventory, you'll want to have all 5 runecrafting pouches, your urns, Power Burst of Sorcery, Urn Enhancer, and then the rest of the slots full of impure essence. For equipment, you'll wear the full Infinity Ethereal outfit, along with your main hand wieldy sword and offhand weapon. One of these should be augmented and perked with the mobile perk. In your pocket slot, you'll have the Book of 2 for unlimited teleports to the smithy. Your Abyssal Titan will be full with 20 impure essence with familiar options set to take from Beast of Burden. And personally, this is the action bar that I use to fill my pouches from the bank. If you're unsure what I mean here, this is probably not the guide for you, but essentially you'll withdraw this preset and then you will hit 1 through 4 on the keyboard and then QW according to the action bar that I have laid out, and that should fill all of your pouches aside from your largest pouch, which you will manually right click from the bank. There are plenty of guides out there about filling pouches, and I think my crew has one on soul runecrafting or blood runecrafting that could help you figure this out. With that all out of the way, I will now describe how exactly this method works. Upon entering an altar through the abyss, you'll be getting a mostly invisible, slightly over 1 minute boost that will increase your runecrafting experience. This increases 250% or 350% with the Wilderness Skull. You might be wondering why the Wilderness Skull is not part of this preset. It actually doesn't keep the boost once you leave the altar. So essentially this method capitalizes on that slightly over 1 minute boost to runecrafting experience. If you've heard of the Astral Runecrafting method along with your Abyss Runecrafting method, this method is essentially the same. We will be performing 3 runecrafting runs at the new Necromancy runes because they have a higher base experience than any other runes in the game, aside from soul runes. We'll begin this method by withdrawing the preset, filling all of the pouches, and then withdrawing the preset again, and then teleporting with the Wilderness Sword to Edgeville. We will then make our way to the Abyss using Surge and Bladed Dive when opportune. Once we have entered the Abyss, we will then enter either the Nature Rune altar or the Chaos Rune altar, depending on where exactly we teleported into the center of the Abyss. Remember that this teleport comes from the Nexus Mod relic. As soon as we enter the altar, we will instantly teleport to the smithy using the book 2. As soon as we teleport, we are now on the 1-minute timer, so we have to hurry. I like to surge and bladed dive across the bridge here, and then surge up the hill. I don't know if this is exactly the best pathing, but this works pretty well for me. Once I have entered, I search to the Miasma Rune altar, and if my Power Burst of Opportunity is available, I will use it. Otherwise, I will runecraft normally on this altar. I will then teleport back to the smithy and load the preset, fill all of my pouches, load the preset again, and then run back to the Miasma Rune altar. This will be performed 2 additional times before banking once more, and then teleporting to Edgeville to return to the Abyss. This method isn't very noob friendly, as if you're too slow to bank and or get back to the altar, you will fail to get the third craft under the 250% XP boost. And if you're not getting that 250% XP boost on the third run, this method is significantly worse than running blood runes. And that's essentially all there is to this guide. The benefit of doing this method over just runecrafting normally is that you net more experience as well as getting some abyssal thread. In the description, I will have an unlisted video where I demonstrate 30 minutes of this method, as well as the 630k XP an hour that I was able to obtain with some minor mistakes. I'm certain that without any mistakes, this method can push over 650k XP an hour, which completely blows blood runecrafting out of the water. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!